Windjammers, and possibly those who take refuge in the world of Furvilla. Today I will be doing a gameplay and a how to play on the game Furvilla. So at first you have your town hall. It shows the place that you chose. So I chose the Quetzal, I believe it's pronounced, the Quetzal Palace. In here it has lots of different shop icons, that type of thing, which you can click to then transport to a area, or you can use the blue buttons down the side, which are the buildings that are represented by the small icons up here. So this is the poor one. It's going to be this building over here. This is the medicine one, the divine concoctions. That's going to be over here. They are all named differently, I believe, depending on which village you chose. So where the Quetzal Palace may be angelic craftables, the the cottage one, I believe it is, may have a very different name for it. So as you continue to scroll down, there's a bunch of job icons, which I'm sorry I haven't quite figured out what they mean yet. I'm guessing that it's how many different animals in the entire world have chosen these. So there's 1,440 warriors, there's 807 doctors, there's 364 blacksmiths, but I'm not entirely sure. And even if it was, this ranges for the whole world, not just your village. So if you keep scrolling down, you'll find that there are passing wanderer boxes down here. If you have space if you have an empty villager slot, which I'll show you about that later, you can adopt these pets. I recommend that before clicking adopt, you click on the name of the pet and read everything about them. Quite a few times, I've received a wanderer with a sickness or an illness, and unless you have a potion to cure it, it's almost pointless adopting the pet. So, next to it, you also have the latest painty. Painties are these type of animals, but submitted by players. So they haven't been drawn by the company themselves, but rather by the people behind the screens. So there are also more painties down here if you keep scrolling, and you could see a bunch of faces or different representations of other players that have made a painty. So then down the bottom they have their little logo, and then there's the privacy policy, terms of service reports, contact us, credits, and then there's the all rights reserved thing down the very bottom. There's also their social media sites here. I don't actually have any of those. But, they're there for if you have, I believe that's Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook. So, the next one is the inventory. In the inventory, you have all of the items that you've collected so far, from your warrior or from your explorer. I believe they are the only two that can collect you items. There's more than one page if you've filled up your page. And yeah, that's basically just it. It's like in other games, there's the inventory where you store all your items. It's pretty basic. Then there's the villages, which I told you I was going to come back to when we were talking about the town hall. With the villages, there are 3 currently in mine, and then there is a villager slot down here, which I haven't unlocked yet because it costs 5,000 fur cash, and I only have 698 fur cash right now. So basically, these are the slots. So if you purchased this slot and then you went back to your town hall, you could adopt that pet that was there. I don't quite remember the name, but it was a wolf of some kind. You can also have a look at your your painties and stuff. I don't have any painties because you have to pay fur dollars for them, and you have to pay money in real life to gain fur dollars. And I'm not prepared to pay that yet because I don't know if this game is worth my money yet. So next up the top is the forums, which is temporarily closed because they need more moderators. There was actually that many people that joined overnight that they did not have enough moderators to supply, with the needs of all of these people, and so they've closed the forums and the chat as well. However, the news page is not closed, and this is where you can read about them wanting to hire more moderators. You have to be over 18, and you need to give the following information: your Furvilla username, your age, your location, and your time zone. So the next one is the painties, which I did talk slightly about earlier. The painties are a way to customize your Furvilla avatar, especially if you want to play as your persona or one of your characters. If you're interested in Furvilla's customization, this is a great place to start. So uploading a painty costs the $4, like I told you earlier, and yeah, you have to make sure it's not copyrighted or anything, which is good. If I keep clicking continue, then it will ask you for your painty image, so you would choose a file and upload it, and then it says it costs $100 to submit a painty. This will be refunded if your painty is rejected. So yeah, I can't do that because I don't have enough for that. So next we have the Help Center, which of course is extremely helpful. I have looked at it quite a few times before. I visit most of these articles as soon as I go onto a new game. I read everything about it so that I know exactly what I'm doing. But for those who don't want to read it and maybe it doesn't quite make sense, that's basically what I'm doing this video for. So down here is a smaller blue box which tells you if you got messages, notifications, and then it tells you the date and time of the original server. So not where you are, but your original server. So next you have next along you have your friends, and here you can have a look at all of your friends, when they were last online, and whether you'd like to remove your friend or cancel your request. So as you can see, I am friends with 5 people and I've requested 2 people. So next along is the user settings, which, yeah, I can't really show you. But if I go to edit profile, maybe, hang on, I'm just going to have to pause this for one. Okay, so yes, with the edit profile, you can add a profile description, profile CCS, which I'm not sure what that stands for yet, but I am looking into it. And then it shows your village's display order. So you can swap these around if you don't want to display them in that order. So I'm going to display Pickles, then Apricot, then Tiki, because I barely use Tiki at the moment. And Pickles is my explorer, so I constantly use her. And then Apricot, well, she's my current active villager, so I'll put her second. Then you just click the save button and it saves whatever you wanted to put in there. And so that's basically all that you really need to know, except now I'm going to move on to the villager jobs. So when you go to your villages and you have a look at your different villages, you can click on their cards and it comes up with a bunch of different just words. You can click on any of these words and it will take you to a separate page just about them. So here you can click View Villager. Viewing your villager, you can see everything about them that you edited. See the owner, the career, the species, the house, and more than that. So you can also abandon them, or you can set them as active, or you can upload a painty. Setting them as active makes them the active villager over here, which means that they'll be the villager that you're working with currently, but I'm working with my herbalist at the moment, so I won't be working with my tailor. So you can also go to the career, and when you go to the career, I'm just going to show you the explorer, because if you were smart, you would have chosen the explorer as your first, or the warrior, but I do not have a warrior because I'm going down the medical path. So you can change the career, although I wouldn't recommend it unless you've chosen something like a herbalist for your first animal and you've spent all of your money on other things that you don't need. And so you need to fix that up. Just change the career to an explorer and you'll get all your money back over time, and you'll also get a bunch of different items. So for Pickles, my explorer, I can explore. When you explore, you just got to wait for the small bar to load, and then it comes up with explore results. It will often find a small amount of fur cash and a item. Sometimes you'll get 1 item, sometimes you'll get 5 items. It just depends. So here's an example of getting quite a few items. Sometimes you can get super rare items if you're really lucky. I have 2 super rare items at the moment, although in total I've collected 3 super rare items. 2 being, I think it was fairy dust, and then 1 was a small pair of wings. And yeah, this is basically all you do for exploring. Just click explore a game until you have no explorations left, in which you then wait a certain amount of time, which I haven't quite found out yet, before you can explore again. So you get 20 explorations in total, unless something's happened. Maybe the village protection isn't there, because maybe there's not enough warriors going on at the moment. So there is a village protectory type thing. I'll see if I can find it. I believe it's located in the town hall. Yes, if you go to here, this is the protection quotient, which is the protection number, let's just call it. So your number, if it's below 5, then your village becomes, a village becomes endangered by hostile animals, and it negatively affects the productivity of its workers. So if you had an explorer, maybe your explorations would halve if the protection quotient drops below 5. 5 is a good one. There's also, it shows you the active warriors and the battles won, and also the top warriors, which I think is pretty cool. So I think I've gone basically over the basics. If you want more information on the villages, there is there's a website you can go to in the news. Just down here, there's the newbie guide, which gives you all the information you need about the jobs. But if you need to ask any questions, just pop them in the comments and I will answer them my best. I don't have all the information in the world, clearly. I'm still new to this game myself, but I have been playing it non-stop for a while, so. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.